It is decision season. The Supreme Court is at the end of their term, and they're going to do this year what they do every year. They pile up a bunch of decisions, and then in June, they release those decisions. And then they run away off on vacation because they don't want to own up to some of the decisions they've made. Already been some decisions made. There is more to come. And probably the most important decision they have to make is regarding Donald Trump's claim of absolute immunity. Yeah, Donald Trump says he should be immune from all criminal activities, which for Donald Trump is a fucking lie. Now, when this question went to the Supreme Court, what should have happened with intelligent, decent jurists, they looked at it and they should have said, well, that's ridiculous, and we're not even going to hear that. But of course, that's not what happened. These people said, wow, that's an interesting question. We should talk about that. And we'll fucking ruminate with this for the next 3 or 4 months, giving Donald Trump extra time. And then in June, we'll give you a decision. And everybody is wringing their hands and clutching their pearls. Oh my, what will the decision be? Well, there's really only 2 options. There's no way they're giving Donald Trump immunity because then they give Joe Biden immunity and every other president thereafter. They're just not going to do that. It's a silly fucking question, and they know it. They're complicit in giving Donald Trump more time, but they're certainly not going to give him immunity. Or they could take this decision and throw it back to the lower court, to Judge Chutkan, which is really a pussy way out. You take this question, you're compelled to look at it, and then when it comes to actually making the decision, you send it back to the lower court because you're gutless fucking cowards. But here's something that's interesting that we've been seeing. I've been seeing reports yesterday that they are putting up fences around the Supreme Court. My, why do you think they might do that? Fences around the Supreme Court. They don't normally do that. And apparently it's because of some upcoming decisions. Now, presumably the biggest decision is the immunity thing. And do you think if they were going to give Donald Trump immunity, they'd put up those fences fearful of the Democrats charging the building? Well, no, of course they wouldn't. But the Republicans, they're fearful that they're going to get angry because Donald Trump doesn't get immunity. Well, I tell you this, these cowards, these Trump-lefucks aren't charging anybody. They aren't doing anything, but better safe than sorry, I guess. The bottom line is, I suspect that we will get a decision on the immunity case this week. Hopefully the Supreme Court, after going through all this bullshit, will actually make a decision and end this once and for all. But they could send it back to the lower court, then we have to dick around with it for a little bit. Suffice to say, Donald Trump is not getting immunity from anything. It's just not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. But we still have to fuck around. So we'll wait this week, maybe today, who knows, on Donald Trump's decision from the Supreme Court. And we'll find out if the Supreme Court even fucking makes a decision.